Hello, it's me Tom again with another Serum tutorial. This one's going to be very quick and very easy. It's just that white noise sound we heard there. So this is the patch. As you can see, there's just a couple of modulations going on. Nothing too complicated, so I'll walk you through it. Alright, so here we are with our blank Serum patch. Obviously we won't be using the oscillators because this is purely based on the noise. So the noise type I've chosen is the Aircan 4 noise type, which you can find in Organics, Aircan 4. I've set the phase up to about 10 o'clock here. For the envelope, I've set quite a long attack time. Obviously you want to kind of set this to taste. The track I was using this on was quite a slow one with obviously a big build up like you just had. So an attack time of about 1 second is what I've gone for. I've also kind of changed the curve so that it starts very quiet and builds a lot louder. But if you want something that's kind of more obvious at first and doesn't really build after it comes in, then you can change that. You might also want to set a bit of a longer release, but I'm going to set some delay on this as well, so don't worry too much about that. I've also set this first envelope to modulate the pitch just a little bit. We're going to need to change the direction of this because it just wants to go up a little bit, which is a nice effect to have the sound develop a little. So moving to the one and only LFO in this synth, I've added a couple points to the standard waveform here just to keep it a little bit more unique and interesting. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but since it's going to be moving so slowly, these little touches can be quite nice. It's moving at 2 bars and my tempo is about 107 BPM. So that's obviously quite slow. If you're obviously going for a longer piece, then maybe you want to turn off BPM syncing. That's about 1.2 hertz, or whatever you want. Again, it's to taste. These sounds, like what I'm kind of showing you, is the formula for making one of these sounds, and you need to adapt the values to your own piece. With the key trigger, I've left it as it is, but if you want the exact same sound out of your LFO every single time, then you may want to turn key trigger on. So this LFO is assigned to the phase. Again, we're going to need to change the direction. It's something like this. And it's also set to the pan. I'm just going to scale that back a little bit. And for the final bit of modulation, I've set up a mod wheel for the pitch here. Just if I want to use it. It's just a nice bit of automation you can add. As far as the filter goes, you can set one up to do resonance if you so wish. I mean, I had it on in the patch I just showed you, but I didn't really use it, so I'm going to leave it off for now. Then we'll move to effects. So the first effect I used was the hyperdimension effect, which is obviously great for adding space, and this is a very spacey sound. I'm going to turn up the mix here to about sort of 9 o'clock. I've also got a flanger on there just to kind of really play around with the higher frequencies. I've actually left the settings as is on that. With this kind of sound, you can really add as many effects as you like. A chorus would thick it up quite nicely. But let's just take a listen to what we've got. So you can hear the LFO kind of doing its work there with the phase. So you can hear the LFO doing its work there. I mean, this is quite a nice bass sound, but on top I've chucked some delay. Which adds to the kind of spacey feel to it. So have a play around with these settings. Obviously you can turn it right up if you want something a bit more blatant, especially in dance tracks. You probably want it a lot more in your face than the kind of subtle deep house sound I was going for. But these are good sounds to learn to make, because when you can control this sort of thing, you don't need to rely on samples to kind of control the rises and falls of your songs. Small sounds like this just kind of add a bit of variance, every sort of 8-16 bars, just to keep the audience interested. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.